Hi everyone, this is Mari Ra, and this is going to be a week ahead card reading for the week. I'm going to be going over the chakras. We're just going to dive deep into it. And so, hi everybody. I am both here. Well, there's a orbs energy right now. I am both here and on YouTube, so I'm just gonna go back and forth. But we're gonna dive in, guys. So happy Tuesday. Today is Mars Day. Hi, happy Mars Day. Um, before I dive into the cards, because I do have about an hour, a little bit less, because I have a session I need to go to. I want to check in with you guys to see how are you? How are you guys feeling? Because wow, like I can't even explain it. But let's see. First, I'm gonna dive into our frequency. I'm gonna see what frequency we recently left. Um, but man, this energy is so intense. So, hello, happy martes, hermano. You got a fake account. Yep, I know. That's why I have a post on my page and it's pinned about the fake accounts, and it just gives you a detail on what that energy is and how to get rid of it. So check that out. Hello. Just checking in. Okay, guys, so I'm just gonna dive right into it and then just go from there. Whew. So I finished organizing myself. I had to take yesterday to do a really deep cleansing, whole physical, mind, body, and soul cleansing, because the energy was so extreme. And so, all these things that I discussed in the last lives that I've had, they're coming. I'm gonna finish working on them today. And so before I go on, because I want to leave that announcement here in case. So tomorrow I'm gonna be having a live, but this is gonna be a very special, powerful live. Okay, really quick on that because this is important. So I am being guided, and I said I think it's time. I'm gonna do that. I'm being guided to do a live, but dedicate this live to talk about my full human experience, like all the trauma, but also my angelic and galactic experience. Because let's be real, guys, all this trauma that we are experiencing or we experience, or this energy that we're healing, is basically, our background, our past family background of angelics, of galactics, and human. So I'm gonna just keep it brief, but I'm gonna make a post about it and share more details. But what I'm gonna be doing, guys, I'm gonna be opening the records. Okay, so when I open the Akashic records, and this is the Akashic records card, the Lords of the Records, yes. And then the incarnations, yeah. Many lives lived, many lessons learned. We are ending these karmic cycles and closing these contracts for real. Like, wow. So I'm being guided, and this is kind of what I want to share. I'm going to open the records because me speaking about certain things is going to open that sacred space for you guys to be able to feel comfortable to talk about your trauma. Okay. So we're going to have that space. We're going to open the records. And this is going to be a very serious live because I'm even going to be calling in protection from the underworld. Okay. So I'm gonna be calling in, the legions of Anubis. I'm gonna be calling in like all of our families to be present, and this feels like a really interesting, family reunion. But it's kind of like the reason why all these things I'm putting it together. I think the winter solstice, which is tomorrow, which is amazing, is gonna be like a full clarity for all of us on what was left in the dark for many, 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 many years. Okay, so a little background on that. That's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. And the reason why I'm going to be opening that space is because I'm going to be talking about the stuff about Thoth. And I know that was fucking triggering for some people. And I know it's still a little bit of confusing and stuff like that. But this is so potent, because the personal experience, guys, that I had with that energy or certain people and stuff like that, like I basically found the root of evil. Like that's kind of the energy that I'm at right now. And so yesterday, like although I had so many emotional breakdowns really quick, it was because I was like, damn, it's because this trauma, this all these things that we're doing is very deep, guys, you know? And so in all of this, just to keep it simple though, like the reason why all of this is even a thing is because these programs that I told you guys about, you know, they use sexual trauma abuse. That's the root. That's how they have been able to, you know, do things. So and I feel like that's why maybe some of our brothers and sisters may not even be aware that they have these malicious energies around them. Because if you guys think about it, you know, sexual trauma abuse sometimes is so traumatic that you don't even have a memory of it, but you have these experiences, you know? So that is kind of what I was like really emotional about yesterday, because I know things, I've seen things, and I've experienced things that for me, it would be a disgrace for me not to fully speak on it. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm being called to do, and that's why I'm just gonna call all of our family. We're gonna go over that, and we're basically, as we speak and we're having that space, we're gonna break all of that. You know, we're just gonna receive clarity, and towards the end, I'm just gonna allow them to give us healing and stuff like that. So oh my god, sending you love, sister, part of you. Thank you guys, I love you guys. My birthday's after that. Oh nice, this is going to be helpful for me. Yes, sister. Yes. Okay, I love you guys. Wow, so that was just a quick announcement, just so that you guys have that, so you're aware. But I will make a post officially, and we're gonna do that tomorrow. So I was like, okay, let's do it. It's time. Now let's see, what is the frequency that we recently left? What is the frequency that we left? Ooh, yeah. And then what is the current frequency that we're in right now? And then what is the frequency that is incoming? Okay, so really quick, hi brother, love you. Okay, so the frequency that we left, guys, is the cosmic womb. Yeah, you know, we've been in the void. So the cosmic womb, it says, seek connection with oneself, as you are a source of empowerment and life, and here lies your divine insight. So that's the cosmic womb, and I love how it has the moons, because you know the moons have their cycle. You know, we are full, and then you know it's a cycle. Like ascension is definitely a cycle. You know, and I'm still trying to find the wording where what do you mean, like the wording, so like we can keep it simple, but it is like ascension, integration, you know, initiation, and then descension again. There you go, descension. And then ascension, integration, initiation, and then descension. So that's where I realized, you know, where it is. So our current frequency is past, present, and future. Acknowledge where you have been, where you are going. The possibilities are endless and are yours to create. Ooh, past, future, present. So that's the card. And you know what I really like about this, guys? I like how it's like, you see how it's like going up. So we're not going in circles, you know, and that's what I'm getting. We're not going in circles. That's why it might feel confusing if we don't understand, oh, this is how it is, you know? So we're elevating, we're going up in a sense. Yeah, and then the current frequency that's incoming is going to be downloads. Open your senses to receive activations are inbound. Let white light flow through all of your chakras down into the inner earth to open your channel further. So this is going to be the downloads card. Yeah, so, and I was basically feeling that that's basically what's going to be coming in for us, you know, like we're going to be receiving more downloads. And I was seeing a video that our sister Akura, I hope I said her name right, she had posted today of like, tomorrow is going to be a very powerful portal. which if anything, that's why they were like, okay, put that together, we'll be there, and oof, and so we are receiving clarity, because clarity is light, and when someone is in this energy of confusion or doubt, like just send them love and light, because light dissolves darkness, and darkness is confusion. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting, guys, because I realize, again, I know, it's just so much stuff on my end, but I know that if I was going to start talking about these things, that dark energy was going to try to mess around and stuff like that, but we are undefeatable, though. Okay, so always remember, we are undefeatable, and we're always divinely protected. And the reason why I'm reminding that for all of us is because however, you understand like that dark energy, remember that dark energy can only go up to the 11.5 dimension. So that's why it's so important for you guys to connect to the ray of Christ, which is in the 12th dimension, in a sense. So that was just a quick reminder. Now, calling upon our higher selves, spirit guides, ancestors, masters, and teachers to surround us and allow us to receive messages. Oh, it's 11:44. Allow us to receive messages of honesty and clarity. So I'm gonna do a quick dive into the chakras, because I feel like there's a lot going on right now. So let's see where the root chakra of the collective is. Actually, no, let's take it at the Earth Star. So the Earth Star is, I realized when I was, remembering things and going over the chakras and just how, they have them, the chakras are explained differently, right, in different things. So I went over a few of them and I was like, I think it's interesting how some lectures or some teachings don't include the Earth Star chakra, which is the most important one, because that's the one that connects you to the inner Earth, Sun, because we are, electric magnetic beings, so we're magnetic to the Earth, because we're part of the Earth as Earth's consciousness, but we're also magnetic in a sense because we're Sun, we're energy. So we need to well, I'll do more organization so that I remind us every day, but we need to invoke basically the white light, or the gold ray, and allow it to go through all of our channels into the Earth Star, into the inner Sun, so that your channel is fully cleared and you're feeling really connected. Because I feel like a lot of people have been feeling very disconnected because they're not aware of that part, because the Earth Star also connects us to our ancestors, and so we're in this energy of a bit of frustration. There's some frustration in the Earth Star, but it's because of the ancestors. Remember, we've been talking about that. We've been talking about how we were not even aware, whether consciously or unconsciously, that we were carrying the fractals of ancestors in our aura, and that was basically implementing into our own reality. So this is very significant, because it's important to understand the energy, the root of the energy, but also how that energy was inflicted upon us, because that's the biggest takeaway that I want you guys to understand. Trauma was created so that we can be disconnected from our true selves, from oneness, so it is a big energy of frustration, yeah, because remember that we were made to be made in the image of our Creator. We were made so that we would not be sick, so that we would not die, right? So all these things, in a sense. So there's a lot of that energy in a sense of our ancestors, and so then we have the energy of reflection and trust. So as we're purging, because whether we know of this or not, the energy is happening, right? As we're purging this for ourselves, for our ancestors and stuff like that, we are reflecting right now. There's this energy of reflection of our lives, right? Our where we have been, like that one card, where we have been, where we are now, and where we are going. That being said, this energy of reflection and also trust, we're remembering how to trust ourselves, how to trust others, in a sense. Let me see if I can concentrate on this other message that left and came back. And let me see about this frustration energy. Okay, so this frustration energy that is like currently here is because we really are breaking ancestral, generational spells, karma, and trauma. Okay, this frustration energy that I'm picking up on the Earth Star, guys, it's actually the root of the black magic that was put on us. Think about it, it's the root, right? It's the tree, so then it affects the whole thing, which is very interesting. So that's why it's so deep, and that's why a lot of us, this is the reality, guys. Okay, this is why we have been affected. Take it what resonates, but the majority in the collective, this is why there has been that energy of financial issues. Okay, all that stuff, because yesterday I was like really having that epiphany of like, you guys, we're in a fucking concentration camp. Like, I know that sounds fucking crazy, but I was like, no, we really are in a concentration camp, because I realized every time I do lives and I talk about certain things, I don't know where the Matrix fucking spawns random helicopters. But also, like last night, I was like, no, something is still off. Like it's just, and then I was like, yeah, they literally do have us in a weird concentration camp. That's the fucking frustration energy. That's why we're all fucking mad, and and even our ancestors, because they actually, like our ancestors, they have them, and if anything, like that makes sense. They have the spirits of our ancestors, or maybe even the children that we've been talking about, in some weird concentration camp, energetically, like astrologically, like in the astros. Okay. Hold on, guys. Let me process that. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because you guys, you should know your sister by now. I'm fucking fearless as fuck. But, but this shit is crazy, because I did say a few days ago that in the Astros, I went to the North Pole. I didn't give a fuck. I know that shit was fucking highly, whatever, right? But it was like, no, there's things that are off. So, okay, so this is important, and I'm grateful that we had this information. Thank you, family of light. Wow. I was not even thinking of going into the Earth Star, to be honest, guys. But hey, I was gonna go to the root, but look, and then we have that mystery energy. And when I see this card, it doesn't give me good vibes. It gives me like, you see how there's like two buildings in a sense too. So I don't know. Okay. Either way, I feel like what we're gonna do tomorrow all together is gonna be very powerful, because I think that's what it is. Because I've been like in my human self at this point, in galactic, angelic, all in one. I've been trying to continue figuring out all of these deep things, because I'm like, how can we put this shit on a court law, literally, like here and up there. So I feel like we're almost there. Like, it's crazy. Okay, so let's go to the root now. Let's go to the root chakra. But that was very deep. Oof, that was very deep. So the root chakra right now, there's some anxiety and there's some isolation. And I think it's because, for the ones that may feel like, whether you're in hermit mode still, and it's okay, we're being asked, to isolate, to reflect on whatever emotions might be coming up right now, because this emotional wave I'm getting is like the wave of Christ, which is once humanity, or in a sense, in general, once we move out of the lower three chakras and we finally go into the heart, obviously it's going to feel very overwhelming, because when we feel very overwhelming, it's going to feel a lot. So I feel like I had that experience yesterday too. Let me know if I'm back on here. Expanding art. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Sexual trauma, we don't always remember if we were too young to process it. Exactly. And I feel like that yesterday I was watching this show on Gaia. It's called Open Minds, but there was someone that was talking about a book that they made. Oh fuck. Okay, there was someone, and it's because we tapped in the root chakra. There was someone that made a book, right? And she was talking about how, she was talking about how she has to put that her book is fiction, right? So they don't really like go after that stuff. But she was talking about how the Pope, right? Like the people that are supposed to protect us, in a sense, like all that stuff is like very money laundering, I'm getting. But it's like, that's why I said, like, that's a program that was put upon us, so that either unconsciously or consciously there's some type of reptilian energy that gets attached to that individual through the sexual trauma that they experienced. Um, yeah. And this is why sometimes people have blackouts when they're like, oh shit, that wasn't me, because it's like in the moment, and it's like a possession in a sense. But I keep being told, we have to focus on dancing, singing, like painting, like doing things in the moments that help us reconnect to that. It's important to feel the emotions, but not to identify with them, being grateful for what they are, like perhaps asking the emotions, when you're feeling it, be like, okay, it's coming, like, oof, all right, and just prepare yourself, if you need to cry, if you need to scream, if you need to punch a pillow safely, do that. um because this is the frustration, that's all that energy that we've been having in the root, and the earth's chakra too. Okay, wow, that was intense. So let's go into the root real quick. What is the energy that left the root chakra? But that's kind of what I was. Yeah, that is crazy, guys. You see, there's space and there's anger in the root chakra, because I feel like this is why honestly, guys, God has been like reminding us to keep going up, as in like see it from a higher perspective, just keep rising in a sense, because this anger that I'm sensing in the root chakra, because this week in itself, I know that it's connected to what you call it, to the holidays, right? And so I know that it's hard for some family members, maybe, we didn't have a good relationship and stuff like that. But in reality, when someone is not fully connected to their soul, we know that now. It's like this different level of awareness, And it's like, that's why I said, like, even if like people in our with, whether it's friends or family, whether, they're not aware, or they're not where you may want them to be, it's like we need to continue basically praying for them. Pray for them, send them love, send them light, send them healing, envision them already on how you would love to perceive them. If they are sick, envision them healthy, you know because that energy is going to help their higher self, you know so I know this because, like, I can tell when the energy or the way one of my family members in general, okay, like may speak to me, I can tell if it's coming from their heart or if it's coming from their ego. But remember that the ego is not the spirit, you know. So that's why let's continue in that sense. But there's a lot of that, and the reason why I feel like there's this anger is because a lot of us are purging that energy of like, you were supposed to keep me safe, or you were supposed to teach me on how to do this and this and this and that. And I get it. I totally get it. I totally do. But if in reality, after we validate all of that, it's kind of like, but in reality, we are that ancestor that came back for the rest of our ancestry lineage. That's why we have the awareness that we have, like they've been waiting for us to be the one to break the generational curses, Oof. Okay, what is the energy right now of the roots? I got 30 minutes. What is the energy right now of the root chakra? Yeah, so remember, I think there has been a lot of energies to have us think a certain way. Remember, we don't consent to AI. We don't consent to nanobot technology. We don't consent to any energies that are not of supreme prime creator, period. We don't consent to any of those energies to make us feel bad about anything in this time. All right, so what is the energy right now of the root chakra? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so there is a lot of sadness right now, actually, that I'm feeling, and that's okay. Okay, what's incoming for the root chakra? What can we expect for the week ahead for the root chakra? Oh, I love that. Yes, give me one more for the root chakra. Okay, so right now, that's kind of where we, right now there is sadness that we talked about. There's also the energy, yes, we don't consent. There's the energy of caution, but there's also rest. So again, I feel like, yeah, we really have been purging so much. A lot of release, so a lot of rest is it's being asked as well, and be cautious again of these emotions. So allowing them to resurface if that's what is needed. Feel them, like be like, okay, like, oof, we got to feel them, to heal it. So feel them, hold, like in that moment, if you like, call on your higher self, call on your angels, your dragons, your unicorns, and just tell them to surround you and allow yourself to just be vulnerable. Allow yourself to just, oof, whatever it is, feel it as much as you need to and you can. And if it feels very painful in that second, you can ask, dear Mother, Father, God, and your angels, anyone, just tell them, okay, just please take this pain from me now. I felt it. I thanked it, whatever it is, but just take it from me, please, and just allow me to feel peace. Allow me to feel much better in a sense. So this is kind of where we are right now. And the energy that's coming into our root chakra, there's cleanse and abundance. Because remember, earth and root, it is like the root base, in our financial, right, like ability to feel safe. So that is being cleansed right now. All of this energies, that the frustration, the anger, the sadness, it has been there for so long, but now that it's coming up, it's being cleared up. It's going to be in the energy that it's supposed to be, in a sense, Whew. Wow. All right, let's see. Let me dive briefly onto the next ones, because I want to do at least a little bit of self-care. Wow, that was deep, guys. I woke up like with sad energy and took the day to take care of myself. I'm happy you did that. Yeah, I love that. That was me yesterday. It was intense. I was like, damn, I haven't had an emotional breakdown like this in a while. But it's because also yesterday the moon was in Scorpio. The moon is also in Scorpio today. And Mars is on retrograde. And today's Mars Day. So today it's gonna feel a little bit, I'm giving you a heads up, guys. Today's probably gonna feel a little bit extreme in the emotional part. If not today, sometime this week. So just be prepared for it, and that's gonna be the week ahead advice for sure. Yeah. So you see, there's all this fear, whatever it is being released, is being removed because we're being brought into balance. So I love that for us. Now let's move into the sacral. Actually, let me just put all the cards together. So let's see the sacral. What time live? Oh, good question, brother. I feel like maybe in the afternoon will be better so that we have more people, just so that they can just hang out with us. Yeah. So, but I will post about it later today. Clarity is light. Yes. So yeah, guys. Now the sacral. What energy left the sacral? Ooh. What energies left the sacral? Oh, what energies left the sacral? Oh, that makes sense. Oh, okay. So you know how our sacral is connected to our sexual energy. The sacral is connected to our creative energy as well, because source energy is sexual energy in a sense, and it's not portrayed like the way that the government has made us portrayed. Because remember, even that they did it so that our sexual energy could basically be abused and be used for not our own creation. So in the sacral right now, there's that resurrection, there's that rebirth energy going on right now, and there's space that is going to be taking place because this divine intervention is basically allowing to people to feel liberated from those lower chakras, because that energy of mystery has been there. And this is why I'm being asked to talk about everything that I know at this point tomorrow, because there has been brothers and sisters that I feel like for whatever reason, if somehow they're connected to that energy, is because they were sexually abused, and they were basically, in a sense, in a weird way, I know, just stay with me, in a weird way, they were used in a sexual satanic ritual. So I'm like, I don't know what happened there. That's why yeah, that's the mystery, guys. That's the secret. This is like the family secret. Oh my gosh, that makes sense. So this is like the weird family secret, that for a long time, like, it's just so trippy that all of that is coming up, because that is what brought this is like the connection to fear. But right now, like I said, divine intervention is taking place, so we're resting right now, but this is really deep, like. All right, let's just call in our dragons real quick to transmute that. So calling in our dragons of the violet flame, dragons of the violet flame, dragons of the violet flame. Surround me and everyone connected to me and the 15D frequency diamond violet flame, and allow us to transmute any emotions, thoughts, anything that may be coming up safely into the light. That energy got a little intense, so we had to just do that. And then now, what is the energy right now of the sacral? We're being asked to just, I think this is where we are right now. We're reflecting because the sacral also connects to our relationships, so our social relationships, our romantic relationships, and our relationship with ourselves. And so the reason why too the sacral is a big deal is because for the ones, like for us, like, if what I'm getting is like the ones that may not have been aware of what really happens when we have sexual intercourse with another person, we're picking up their karma, we're picking up their trauma and their demons, or all that stuff. And so that's why, like, that's why that energy is also being basically like cleared up in a sense, because it's been a weird time, huh? I'm gonna just leave it there. So give me a few more on the energy of the sacral right now. And so just one more for the sacral. Yeah, so again, the isolation card is here. Stop in a sense, but more of like, I feel more like we again have been put in this bubble to be able to understand where we stand, up to now, right? Knowing what we know up to now, because incoming is the peace, what's going to be incoming is, and this for me reminds me of like the Holy Spirit, like just allowing it to re-enter. All right, so let me see. So we touched base on the sacral. Let's see. We touched base on the sacral. So yeah, guys, all that heavy energy is there, but it's being cleared and cleansed in a sense. Yep, it's being cleared and cleansed. Let's see real quick on the solar. So what's the energy of the? Oh no, what energy recently left our solar? So any energies when it comes to like not feeling confident, in a sense, like that's what's being released from our solar right now. Yeah, divine intervention on the solar. Any energy that comes up regarding fear or watching out for it, in a sense, because it's being like reprogrammed. So let's see what energies left the solar. Oh, hi, sister. I love you. Miss you. 144 from me. Oh, nice. I feel this frustration. Yes. So trust and surrender. Yes. Woo! Okay. I just have to move my legs real quick because for me, guys, I'm very sensitive. So when I read the energy, I feel the energy. So then I have to transmute it really quick. And I do feel like a lot of us too, we're very sensitive to energy. We either pick it up, we feel it and stuff like that. So sometime today, I'm going to make a little reel of like some orbs of the angels that are around me. Because yesterday, they're so cute. They really showed up. And there's this angel, our brother, Muriel. And he is the one that helps us trust our psychic abilities, but also he helps us when we may feel maybe too emotional overboard. Because I feel like this is where I feel like the angels are helping us right now, not only with our abilities and gifts, but also like how to basically feel the pain, maybe take on the pain and insist, but not being in it for too long. Because I realized yesterday when I was really going through it, and I'm just going to be honest, guys, which I always am. But the reason why I was getting so emotional is because I feel like my human life was a replica of my galactic or like angelic life, like the story in itself. And so when I was purging or when I was releasing emotional stuff and stuff like that, it really got to me because I know that somehow, whether my galactic or angelic or whatever it is, like I was raped, I was abused. And so in this human lifetime, as a child, I was sexually abused for a while. And it was just fucking crazy. But that's why I was feeling like that, because I was like, how am I going to explain how all of this just all connects and stuff like that? And that's why our team was like, just do the live tomorrow. We're all going to just express all of that, because I know that all of us took on whatever it is that we could take on, like either trauma, whatever it is. We did it to liberate ourselves and everybody in a sense. But yep. All right. So yeah, that's why all that stuff, it's being released. It feels very extreme, but we know that on the other side, it's just going to feel better, because it's just, this stuff has been happening for too long. Ooh, and it's 12:12. Oh, the reason why I brought that up is because when I was really, really emotional, I was like, in those moments, I was just feeling like I was alone, but I wasn't. I was just releasing that stuff of my higher self, because it's been crazy. Because I have all of you guys, so I know I'm not alone. But it's just in those moments, right? But I was like, I felt like I couldn't feel my guides. It was like really crazy, but that's the reality. I feel like that's why there's still anger, there's still frustration, because realistically, when we are very sad, when we are depressed, or when we are hurting, for example, whether when we have a family member that passed away, if we're constantly hurting, if we're constantly still in that loop of pain, we will not be able to feel them or hear them, but they're there. So in that moment, I felt again like that, but I was like, wait a minute, let me just clear my energy, let me just rise my vibration, because I can see them and I can hear them, but it was just in that second. So I just wanted to share that, which is really interesting. But I think that's something that overall, like, humanity may have experienced, because I think yesterday, I gave my mom like a deep healing, herself. And then she told me the next day that in her dreams, she saw all of her family members that passed away. This is really beautiful, because I feel like this might happen to us tomorrow after we do that, and we clear everything and whatever it is that spirit guides us at this point. She said that she had a dream of all of her family members that passed away in this lifetime, but then she said that they looked young. So she was like, Mari, like, why do you always like have me connect to, like, she know it's because I feel like my mom is working on like her heart chakra, so she felt a little emotional, but she knows that it's just, I'm working with her, whatever she's more comfortable. But I think it was beautiful. Her basically her ancestors were like, hey, like, we love you, we're here. And like, even her own grandma, she was there, and she was just tripping out, because and the reason why I'm sharing this, and this is why it's important. Okay, I have 15 minutes. The reason why I'm sharing this, guys, is because our ancestors have been waiting for that moment, and they are always there in a sense. So, yeah. Whew. Okay, so on the sacral, let's see. Right now, I think, as we are isolating and we're releasing, we are seeing how we feel comfortable, within ourselves, within our sexual energy. And so, again, all of that stuff is being released because it's things that we have taken upon ourselves, or also things that we have taken from our ancestors, so that we can help heal them and liberate them through us, because our ancestors live through us. And I don't want you guys to limit the ancestor thing, because yes, we have our family right now, right, our earth family ancestors, but we also have our angelic ancestors, our galactic ancestors in a sense. And just to give you an example, like, Jesus is an ancestor, and so Jesus, in a sense, like, he lives through us. All of these members of our family, ascended masters, like, they all live through us. And what that means is that when we connect to them heart to heart, and we invoke them, and we connect with them for healing or whatever it is, you will and you can feel them through you to do the work or to do whatever it is. So, I feel like that was a message that they wanted to share. All right, so now let's see. We went over the lower chakras, we went over the solar. On the heart, I'm just gonna now just briefly channel the rest of that. End it with a quick self-care, and then with a astral energy for the week ahead, because I have 14 minutes. So now that we moved on the heart, once we move into the heart, this is the reason why a lot of people didn't want to energetically move into the heart, because that means that they're gonna feel everything that they ever suppressed. You know what I mean? They're gonna feel, and I think, now that I think about it in this weird matrix reality, like, that was the one thing they didn't want people to do. They don't want people to feel, they don't want people to feel empathic. And that's the one thing that breaks the matrix: empathy, compassion, love, sincerity. Those are some principles, that have been disconnected or, you know, we're attempted to be disconnected from us. That's what makes us human, in a sense. So people are moving into the heart, you know, and then it's a lot of releasing, a lot of forgiving ourselves, forgiving others, you know. And then another thing I want to share about the heart. So when we move into the heart, when you consciously make the choice to move into the heart, the lower astral entities can no longer see you. And this is why this energy is very intense right now, because the awakening of humanity right now is in that stage where they will not be able to see most people, that they were basically pulling down into the lower three chakras so that they can manipulate their energies, whether it's through the root, whether it's through the sexual energy that we talked about. That's the big deal. So as we are awakening to what it was, you know, we're acknowledging how this system was created, and as we move into the heart, that's it. Like it's over for them, because so I want you guys to practice this whenever you guys feel called to. Okay, your heart, once you're connected here, it's a Taurus field. What that means is that you can use your heart to send energy to your lower chakras to cleanse them, and also to your upper chakras. So then you're creating this Taurus field, very strong Taurus field, that lower astral entities cannot touch you, they cannot see you anymore. So that's a big deal. And then once you're here, officially here, that's really 5D. Like you reached 5D energy. And then 5D is like the heart, the throat, and then the third eye. And then, you know, the next layers are the other stuff. So that's kind of where things are right now. Let me see what else to wrap up. That was the heart, the throat. And so right now the throat, this is why they also attack the throat very heavily. And it's very interesting how it's blue, right? And this is why obviously, you know, I'm always wearing stuff around my throat, because I'm just gonna tell you how I see it. A lot of us that may have been persecuted for speaking our truth, you know what I mean, for doing this and that. This is why it feels really intense right now. But once we are fully ready to speak our truth, it's like we're breaking spells in a sense. So this is why I'm being guided to do what I'm going to do tomorrow, because once we say it, it's like you're reversing the spell. And this is why they've kept all of us suppressed. That's why this energy of like, put that shit under the rug. You know what I mean? Don't talk about it. See no evil, speak no evil. But why the fuck is there evil? We have to understand the energy of evil. You know what I mean? And yeah, so we definitely on that. And so that's why I said moving to the throat, once we are able to express that, you know, speak things out, like we're breaking the spells. And now we are the ones that are able to understand the power of our voice. So remember, the power of our voice, the power of our thoughts, and the power of our emotions is what creates our reality. So when that has been overtaken, when that has been, you know what I mean, manipulated, then like that's the awareness that I'm realizing for all of us too right now. You know, like when that has been, in a sense, manipulated, we are no longer able to create or be a co-creator in the way that God intended it to be. So that was the power of your throat, okay? Because remember, you guys all have the energy and the power of the alpha and the omega. You know? Whew, okay, now in the third eye, for the third eye, remember that when you guys doubt yourselves, you guys are closing your third eye. So I think that's why our brother Muriel, which I'm going to share about him today, is coming in, because right now we are, you know, the ones at this point, to be honest with you, the ones that are connected to the Christ consciousness energy, we are receiving those downloads that are needed to be shared with the collective. We are receiving that insight, you know what I mean? These secrets that basically our other angelic or galactic family members that are on the other side, or however you want to see it at this point, like those secrets, they tried to keep away from us. And this is a legit thing, because when the Akashic Records was overtaken, that's what they did. They took away our fucking memories, guys. They did. They took away a few thousand years of our memories, you know what I mean? And then they created fake timelines. That's the weirdest, trippiest shit that I think tomorrow it's going to be so powerful, because that's the reality. Yeah, that's kind of where we are in right now. So that's why it's so important, like every day, like we're being assisted to remember our mastery. So wow, that was just the third eye. And then just the crown, okay? And then the crown, remember, just continue, like at this point every day. I'll probably make something quick today just to keep us every day on that thing. When you wake up, when you get a chance, take at least 5 minutes to envision a white light coming from the great central sun, and see it go through all of your 15 chakras, and see it go into the inner earth, you know what I mean? And then you can call in your dragons, whatever it is, and to shield your aura, so that for the rest of the day, at least you know that you're grounded, that you're connected to the inner sun, and you're solid. At this point, that's exactly what we need to be doing, because you know that we're about to overcome this, because the more darker the energy might be, and that's kind of how I feel right now. Because damn, that was some type of energy I really had to fight off, guys. Oh my gosh, like that was intense. Okay, really quick, what is the astral energy of the week? Oh, we got the sacral chakra, sunstone, deep knowing, and it's number 6. That's the sacral chakra. Another thing that's coming up right now that I'm being reminded to remind you guys is that I know there's this weird energy that we may or may not be afraid of, even the angel Metatron himself. But I'm being reminded to tell you guys is that attention, and whatever other reversal, weird, twisted version of himself that we came across to be known, this weird reversal energy, that weird fractal of himself exists in the 11.5 dimension. So that was something I needed to clarify, because the Metatronus cube itself, or any other things, is that they took away the formula. They took away the formula, and then they removed basically what was in the formula, and then they put their own formula into it. And that was so smart of them, but now I realize that shit. Because that's why it's kind of like, it's a weird tactic that they use, so that when we came across certain things, we would feel, sorry guys, on YouTube. So that was something that I was being reminded to talk about. But now I gotta wrap this up because I have a session in a few minutes. But yeah, guys, so I'm gonna probably share on that formula, because that formula is very important. And then really quick, this is also coming into the platonic solids, okay? Because the way itself, I'll just quickly read this card for us, do a quick self-care, and then yeah, so it says wisdom, focus, and being centered. So deep knowing is intuitive level of trusting your gut, of trusting all of your senses, and trusting when what cannot always be imaginably seen. There is no need to keep searching for the answers externally, as they lie within you. You have the ability to unlock your own mysteries and access ancient divine knowledge, to invoke wisdom, surpass limitations, and receive powerful downloads, to not only raise your own energetic vibrations, but those of the collective. You will need to hold focus and allow space within your sacral chakra to remain open to receiving these vibrations. This is a center of your essence, your emotional, creative, and sexual energies. By using sunstone, you can begin to break these barriers, as sunstone contains the energetic frequency of empowerment. Sunstone promotes self-healing and encourages you to sit within your intuitive, deep knowing self, and stand strong within your confidence to trust what you feel, yet cannot see. Center yourself by laying comfortably on the ground with your eyes closed and placing a sunstone on your sacral, or calling the energy of the sun on your sacral. Repeat the mantra below and allow the sun encouraging energy to flow to your sacral and break down any negativity it may be holding. The affirmation is: I am empowered with knowledge and wisdom from the divine and confident in my ability to sit in my unflattering deep knowing. Ooh, I'll probably, this is probably gonna be what I'm gonna write on this live. Wow, that was deep. That was so deep. Yeah, we are definitely breaking generational curses. Yeah, I feel like everybody is breaking off the karmic cycle, sister. You know, romantically, relation, like family, whatever it is. But is black magic a real thing? I'm so confused about this. I thought only, yeah, sister. So that's kind of what I was saying. Like, I realized yesterday, guys. I was like, this is a battle of white magic versus black magic. I love you, brother. Yeah, this is a battle of white magic versus black magic, just to keep it simple. So real quick, let's check with our inner child. What does our inner child need to express? Our inner child, and what does our present self need to express? What does our present self need to express? Oh, I saw some fairies for our present self. What does our higher self need to express? All right, inner child is saying sing. I said, I remember, we gotta sing, we gotta vocalize that throat chakra, right? Fuck that. We gotta sing, use positive affirmations, okay? Remember it, we gotta invoke that, and alone time. Inner child alone time to reconnect to your inner child, you know, dance, go to a playground. You know, I'm probably gonna have to wake up early to go to the park just to be on those swings. So worth it. Alone time. Present self is flow like water and dream journal, because there's going to be a lot of dreams that are going to be coming in right now, so we need to be aware of that and have a journal on the side. But remember, go back to the basics, okay? Ground like earth, breathe like air, flow like water, and know your power like fire. All right? And then your higher self says make an altar and deep breathing. So if you don't have one, make an altar, or remember, a place itself is an altar. Like going to the ocean could be your altar. You know, that's one of my altares. I need to go. The water is calling us. That's another message. And then lastly, use your hands. Remember, your hands are very powerful. Sometime today, you guys know I have a lot of stuff going on. I'll make a post about the hands so that we can start practicing them, because yeah. Okay, everybody, I love you guys so much. That was such a great I just saw that time of your lives. Yeah, that was such a great. Are we getting kicked out? Yeah, the energy was kind of this was a good life. Hello, guys. Oh my gosh, this time I wasn't able to follow up with you guys' comments, but I love you guys. I'm just quickly checking in. Yeah, guys, so you know, take what resonated, leave what didn't. This was a collective energy just to see how we're all at, you know, where we are right now. Exactly, we need to continue to show compassion and love for others because they were us. Exactly, wherever we are. Parents are just to give of life, nothing really more. Yeah, I love you guys. Yeah, we're not alone, guys. Okay, we have all of us. We're a big family, and honestly, we did have a weird, crazy like family history, but hey, we're here putting it together. You know. Hi everyone. I just wanted to say hi because I didn't get chance to check the comments this time, but damn, you guys really went in it. I love it though. Keep expressing your truth, guys. Keep using your throat chakras. I love you guys. Keep rising, okay? Whatever it is, you know. Do whatever feels right in the moment that happens. So I have to go now because I have someone waiting for me, but I love you so much. I'll talk to you guys later. But yeah, keep calling the dragons, okay? Wow. Okay, I'm glad you guys had a conversation there. Okay, guys, love you so much. Have a beautiful day.